Welcome everyone. This is a thing that I am about to do, and that's why I'm starting a little earlier than usual. And I am going to stay on some things longer and shorter, and I'm going to interrupt. So today's stream is going to be done in 3 pieces, because there are 3 cities in Minecolonies 12, and I'll probably explain that before every single one. Okay, so this is Omo, the city of Omo, the city that started it all. This was my first city to stream, and this is what it looks like today. And Omo started before all of the new things were started to be added, the new buildings, the new designs, all those things. So it is a culmination of old to new, and from 12 all the way up to 15 actually. Omo and is a culmination of those cities. So let's get started right here. We're going to come over here. This is City Hall at night in Minecolony, Omo, and this is the city of Omo. I'm just going to fly around for the beginning. This is the City Hall area. This over here is the Mesa district right here. This is the Birch Apartments behind City Hall. This is the beachfront over here, the beachfront resort area. This is the resort hotel. It's raining. And this is the resort market right here, the resort fish house and restaurant right here. Little fish house with it's the sun's coming up, yay. This is the archery school, and it's 2 towers. It's 2 ranger towers. Each of these, almost one of the cities that has a knight's tower and a ranger tower for each section of the city. So this is the knight's tower and ranger tower on the southern border. If I'm not mistaken, this is the southern border. This is the Desert Farming Collective, started by Oswin. These are desert farm buildings, and one of the homes over in that corner there. I did not talk about this temple that was excavated from the sand dunes that used to be here. They found this old temple, and the professors of magical arts are actually studying this temple right now. And so back to our farming area here. We have some animal farms, and we also have a bakery. We have a flower farm attached to the farming district. Now, these are the original versions of the cactus farm and the sugar farms before the plantations, which now appear in 15 and 16 Minecolonies. These were actually the farms, and they're pretty cool. They were cool at the time. I'm looking to see these. This is actually the front gate. This gate is the front entrance of the city on this side, and it is one of the official entry points. This gate right here. The gate is closed right now. We were finally able to establish knights and rangers on this gate in a way that was successful. The Rangers are up in the towers, and the knights are standing on the platforms in between the towers and the gate itself. And the knights' towers are behind the entrance. These Acacia Towers, guard towers, are the original guard towers. We have a couple taiga, what would you call them? Historical buildings. This marketplace in the gate marketplace right here is actually a taiga remnant. Taiga doesn't exist anymore. Here is our theater. It is made up from the City Hall for Space Wars. We took a Space Wars City Hall and converted it into a theater. You actually purchase your ticket out here, or you can purchase your ticket inside. When you come in here, you can be served. You can order some coffee or something to take into one of the two theaters. There are rooms back here. These are actors' rooms back in here. Actors' resting rooms and places where actors can be before the show. And then we have a ways up to the main theater. This is the main theater right here, and the stage is set up for a play right now. And these are the seats, and you can come down to this doorway. This doorway leads to the control room, I suppose, where the stage manager is, where lights and sound are controlled from here. And then this comes back out, and we have another place right here that goes underneath the stage, and this is where the props are. And we have two places here where people can go up, actors can go up and appear on stage. Here is a walkway that connects this stage to the other stage. This is the bottom of the second stage. We also have a way up to the stage here. I don't think this one is finished. We can come up to the dressing rooms area once again right here, and these dressing rooms are specifically for this stage. And here is the area right before you go on stage right here, and this is the stage. It's a tiny stage area, tiny audience, but it is intimate. That's what they would call it. They would call it intimate. And back here is the lobby where you can get coffee, something to drink while you're waiting. And up here, this is supposed to be looking down on the stage. This wasn't completed when I went to 15. So this is the way it looks at this particular point. And we're back out into the main hallway. So this is or started out as the Space Wars City Hall, but because you can only have one city hall in a city, this had to be built by me from the template, and that's why it's not exactly the same as a city hall. I just used the template and filled it in order to get this building. Behind here we have the this This is the Arts Center of Omo. Behind here is the Arts Coffee Shop, and Agnes is inside. She's doing some baking. She makes her own bakery goods, and that's her, and serves coffee. And then this is the Magical Arts Museum right here, which we did something to the outside, but we didn't do anything to the inside. So this is much to the inside. I do see some things. Hazel is our curator. She is a professor of magical arts, and we did change a little bit of the inside, in that I think we were beginning to make this, yes, we're all the way up to the top. We were beginning to make this much more a museum, and that's what we were working on when we left to go to 15. And so this is what we have in the magical, this is the Magical Arts Museum in the Arts Center of Omo, Omo's Arts Center. Over here we have our lumberjack and our grove. This is where we grow the trees that were used to build this city. We have our stonemason, and I think this is actually our ore smelter and our stone smelter, yes, in this area. And this is Wilson, the Wilson Stone and Sifting Company right here in the mountain. And above it, of course, is where Omo started. It started in survival, so we had tinkers and a bunch of different mods to create the ability to fly. I am not flying in, or I wasn't when I started this in creative. I was actually flying because I built up to a place where I had flight. And this was the original survival, looking out over the city and seeing the city hall off in the distance was pretty cool. These were extreme hills when I first came here, and they were so beautiful that I wanted to live in this mountain. And this is why Vincentius Primus and I put this this sanctuary up here. And we'll go this way. This is the Knight's Tower, and this is the Ranger Tower on the northern, this is the northeastern border. And the northeastern border also has an equestrian knight. But because the equestrian knight is only a level 1, that's why there is a second Knight's Tower right here to back up the ranger. And this is one of the blacksmiths right here. This is the original blacksmith in his second home. He originally had another, and he wanted this taiga style blacksmith. This taiga style blacksmith has downstairs, and now the taiga style blacksmith has this downstairs area with this lava pit. This has been modified just to using Mr. Crayfish furniture and some other things to give it this look that it has down here. But it is actually a let's see if I can get it held options. It is actually the new Nordic. And this was one of the things at the time. Ooh, Nordic was new and beautiful. And so we wanted to have some Nordic buildings. It took the place of Taiga. And this Taiga Builder's Hut is one of the last three taiga builds that we have, counting the market and a guard tower in the old district. But this taiga builder's hut still exists right next to this Nordic blacksmith, and in between it is a medieval dark oak house, and behind it are the stone apartments in this area. We have another set of farms on the northern border. These farms, this is one of the farmhouses here for this farm, includes a sheep farm and then produce. Our composter, our medieval composter, as a matter of fact, is located right here and fits in perfectly in this area with these walls. Our composter actually lives in this updated house. This is actually a dark oak house that has been completely transformed into a modern house. Back here we have a wooden house that has been adjusted a little bit. This is, I believe, a wooden farm. Let's see. I have to look up the buildings. It's an acacia? Interesting. I had no idea. This is an acacia farm, a lower level. And I loved the way it looked at this level, and that's why we have it. And this is the northern border. Now, the northern border was where barbarians came in, and so we have much more of a presence on the northern border. This is the Knight's Tower and the Ranger Tower right here, and then we have another Knight's Tower and Ranger Tower on the northwestern corner of town, and you can see our Rangers up top. This actually is the entrance to the Combat Academy, and it is on the northern border. We started to put in a new set of towers on the western border with the intent on building a western wall and having a western gate, a grand gate. And that gate was going to be right here, but we never got that far. You remember this? Yes. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Yes, so we are doing a back to 12 just for this day. I'm trying to get some film, some footage, I should say, so that I can begin to make what that commercial that Twitch wants at the front. But yes, so this used to be the industrial area. We did have a working mine here. However, that working mine was closed. Let me find it. Does it still exist? Yes. It is right here. It was closed when the miner actually lost his life down in the mine. It was the first miner ever. We see some pets being we have complete peace in the 12 cities. We have a revenant peace, and so you will see revenants in town. They do not attack the citizens, and this is a lovely peace that we have with them, and I would have it again in 15 and 16 if it was possible. So we can see people in bed. Here is the Western Farm District. It was the original farm district, the original farming community, and these farms are the oldest farms that we have and the oldest farmhouses. I'm looking at Curtis standing here outside of his house. This is his house actually right here. It is one of the very first buildings built, and it is still a level 1. This house, we wanted to keep it that way because we loved that deck. And there's Curtis finally not walking around the beach. I think he was just looking at the beaches and all. Oh no, we still have a problem. We had a problem towards the end with doppelgangers, and so that is what happened there. And now our school district. This is our warehouse. Maybe I should show this, our warehouse, but I'll wait. Let's show the school district first because the warehouse will lead over to the other side. We have our prep school, where children go to school before they go to the university, and this is the only prep school in this city, and this is the university right here with its extensions, the Combat Academy and the Archery School. Ooh! The laundry is done. And this is the Magical Arts Center, which is specifically made. This is the Acacia Magical Arts Building, which we have modified because we wanted the stairs, hello Ryan, to go down into, and let's see if I can get by him, to go down into this dungeon. This was one of the second cities where the Magical Arts Tower goes down into a dungeon. And look how far down this is. Yes, it goes all the way down to this dungeon here. And we had only just started working on this reconnection to the original dungeon that was below the city of Omo. The tower is gone. The tower used to sit right here on top of this, used to be the original stairway, but the tower has been long gone. But the dungeon, of course, is still here, and this is it. And so we wanted to make a reconnection so the magical arts professors and researchers could continue to study the revenants and their worlds. And so this was built with that in mind. Now, this Acacia Tower is really beautiful. It has floating, it was supposed to have stairs reaching up so that this story was not on the ground. This story was supposed to practically be floating up in the air, but we loved the way it looked and the way it matched the medieval and yet still looked magical and separate, and that's what we were trying to do. In this corner here we have the command center for all of the patrols. This is the command center, and this is also the museum, and that's why it has this hanging this hangman's platform here. It also has, you will see these around the city. These are remnants of people who have died. These are memorials to the rangers and knights who actually lost their lives in these areas. This is civilian housing for rangers. It is originally before rangers lived in their buildings, in their barracks, in their towers, and they had to be housed. They had to be housed in town. These were originally ranger and knights housing, but now it's just civilian housing here. And we have more housing for the farmers. This is the farm to table restaurant in the farm district right here. It's pretty fancy, but it is actually a farm to table restaurant. And so now let's go back to the warehouse, because the warehouse is actually located on this waterfront, on the harbor, and we have built an entire seaport around here. Curtis, who was our original courier delivery person, is now the head of the seaport. He runs the seaport, and these are his offices right here. And we began building on the western side of the harbor, a harbor town, a boardwalk and harbor town, where we have a second blacksmith, second carpenter, one of our builders, two of our builders actually, built a second office over on this town, on this side of town, and this is going to be, or is, a second restaurant, tavern, and then we have a bakery back here. We have a farm here for chickens, only because one of the builders, the person that they lived with, was a farmer and raised chickens, and came over here thinking that she was going to start a bakery, but she didn't like it, and she just wanted to raise her chickens. So he built her a little chicken farm so she would be close and wouldn't have to take the long trek over to the chicken farm. And yes, so this is where all of the people live, right below Animal Mountain 2. This is where all the animals were moved to who lived on Animal Mountain, which was a mountain that was taken down in the city. And so we moved them all there. Potential human, hello, thank you. And thank you for the follow. So this is the goddess Yemaya. This is a statue to the goddess on the border, in the harbor of the city of Omo. I know that was kind of quick. There are a couple places maybe to take you into right quick, and I'll do that. Why don't we do that right quick? I'm going to take you into the warehouse. The warehouse is a culmination of the building. These warehouses have been greatly modified by Minecolonies developers and designers, and these are the older versions of these. And I changed out, I think I changed the wood out in these to make it match more the city of Omo. We have our first, for instance, here's a perfect example. This is the original Minecolonies sandstone. This is, oh, let me turn that off. This is the This is a patrol tower, a guard tower, and this is a modified version of a medieval tower. It was actually made in stone and was changed to sandstone. That is some of the things that we do. It was changed to sandstone to match this sandstone ranger tower. And so that's City Hall. I'm going to walk down and we're going to end this. Let's see, should we end it? Why don't we end it by taking just a little tour through the university, because I made a lot of changes to the inside of the university, and so I will show some of these. I love this building. I love this building. This is, and I will get you the exact name, in Minecolonies. This is a medieval spruce university. Actually, this is not. This is a medieval spruce library. When I built this city, there were no universities. University is a new concept in Minecolonies, and as of, I don't know whether 14 had them, but I know 15 definitely. 15 and 16, and there are now libraries and universities. But in 12, this is 12, there were no universities, so I made this library into a university. This room looked like this. I changed the way this platform looked. As you can see, it has chisel materials. There's a lot of chisel in here. This is Chroma Hill's resource pack, giving me all this beautiful glass and a lot of the textures of the stone area. This is the garden here. We did a lot of this is the way it was originally built. What I did in some areas was add furniture to the areas. I think I don't remember whether I added that door or not, but all of these desks were actually here in these little cubbies. The change that I made was put in Mr. Crayfish chairs and added a little area here for seating. These desks right here have now have crayfish chairs. We have Commander Marine Atlee. Commander Atlee is the head of patrol. She is essentially the admiral or the general of the rangers and knights in this colony. There is a ranger commander who is teaching at the Ranger Academy. This is a little bit of dorms for visiting students. And then down on this side, we actually made, let's see if we can get to it from here. Yes, our little, this is a little cafe area. Excuse me a minute. With a little Pizza Hut. not using that name because I don't like them. But a little pizza shop, and this is a part of the university. Now this little brick area, this was actually here. I modified the counter a little bit, but this was meant to be a little eating area for the university. And we're going to go out here, out into the courtyard, and it is sunset. And on that note, I think this is the end of the tour. Look at that beautiful moon. And there we have it, our city of Omo. Now, I will be back in about 5 minutes, and I will begin the city of New Mombasa, the second city in Minecolonies 12 that we built. And this is where we're going to end. Our tribute to the pirates who used to come in is this beautiful pirate ship, and I think I'm going to land on it because I love the way this looks. We never finished. You don't finish. Thank you. You never finish. You just leave the city to the citizens, and they continue to live and work here, and you move on to a new colony, and that is what we are going to do right now. So I will be back in a little bit with a new colony. So thank you for joining me here, and come back soon. 5 minutes.